Hello, this is Amanda with From Where I Stamp, and today I wanted to talk about a strawberry bundle that is retiring with the annual catalog in May. And I wanted to share a cute copy of the card idea in the catalog. So let's see if I can get this to work. Here we go. All right, so the Sweet Strawberry bundle includes the Sweet Strawberry stamp set and the strawberry builder punch. And so you get to punch out the strawberry, the leaf, the stem, and the little flower. So the bundle is on page 148, and you save 10% by buying them together. And on page 43 is the card we're going to make. So this card, if the catalog will cooperate, is right here. We're going to recreate this card. So I've made one already. So this here is what we're making. So, and I'm going to make it a little different. So I used basic white cardstock for my leaves and my flowers. We're going to use Magenta Madness and Just Jade paper cardstock for the leaves and flowers. And I'm sad because Just Jade and Magenta Madness, not so much the pink, but Just Jade is one of my favorite greens. So, and it's retiring. And if it's something that you like either of these colors, I would suggest you purchase it right away because these colors are retiring. Now, I'm doing a stamp off technique and I'm just using my deluxe foam mat just because it's washable. So we have these little flowers on color. And of course, I'm going to use my Simply Chamois to wipe up that ink. And then this handy dandy punch. And this flower is the same design all the way around. Oops. So no matter which way you stamp it, it'll fit in the bunch. Don't you love all the confetti? Watch. Just everywhere. Everywhere. All right, so now out of this confetti, we'll grab our 3 flowers and I'll clean up my mess. All right, so we have 3 flowers. Now while I have this here, my tailored tag punch, my favorite punch in the whole catalog, is going away. But that's okay. I'll still keep mine. You might see it on some projects because even though it's retired, it's still something that you can use. All right, I need another block. So we are going to do, that was so sweet of you. Actually, we're going to do hello there. Oops, because it fell off. All right, and we're going to use Memento Ink. Ink that up. Put that right there. You can't see it, but I cleaned my stamp. Put it back. I don't know if it's going to stay. It probably needs a good cleaning. Photopolymer stamps every once in a while need a little bit of a cleaning. So that way they'll, I don't know where to put this. That way, same thing with the blocks. The blocks you should clean, and your photopolymer stamps should be cleaned every once in a while, especially if they're not sticking in the case anymore. So, Taylor Tag Punch, I'm going to miss you. All right, so we have our sentiment. Now we need some leaves. So before I was stamping on some basic white cardstock and doing the same technique. So this is called stamping off. I don't need Magenta Madness. And I have one stamped already. So basically, we stamp our leaf like so. I'm going to do one more over here. Like so. And then we have our main image. And I'm going to stamp it off twice. Now, you might want to experiment. I found that stamping it off twice worked best for the amount of ink I have and what I'm using to stamp off on. Sometimes you only need to stamp off once. So play around with it a little bit. I like how light. Clean off my stamps. There we go. Excuse me. Oh, right. We better clean this off. There we go. And then I'll just rinse that off with some water after my video is done. Or you can do it once a week. It doesn't have to be cleaned every time. Depends on how much ink you clean off, how much stamping you do. So you just want to light it up, punch away, watch the confetti fall, clean up said confetti, but keep your leaves. Very important. A punch bundle with a stamp set is awesome because you can really quickly stamp and cut out your favorite images. All right, so I did up some extras here. Oops. On basic white, just to show you the difference. So this is stamped on Magenta Madness, whereas these ones are stamped on basic white. So you can choose, depending on what cardstock you have, which one you might want to try. And you might want to do one card with basic white and another card with Magenta Madness. So, but we're going to use Magenta Madness, I think. Oh, I needed 4. Okay, we're going to use one white one. Whoops, can't count. All right, keep moving the stamps out of my way. So then we have Magenta Madness cardstock for our card base. And we have a piece of white, of basic white. Now this is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. That's what it is. 3 3/4 by 5. So in order to put this card together, we do need to do it in pieces. So I'm going to put this ribbon. So this is, where's my ribbon? Here we go. So we have some Just Jade and Gold ribbon. This is pretty sparkly. My camera's not going to show you. Oh, maybe it will. Camera. There we go. See the sparkly in there? It's awesome. So we're going to use a piece of that. I already have it cut. And we're going to use some tear tape on the back of our tailored tag punch. So we just find a piece. You can use scissors if you want. You can just rip it with your fingers. It's not very hard. So then we're going to take this and just kind of loop it and put our hello there kind of in the center. So there's 2 different ways you can do this. One, you can just put a piece of tear tape right over, or you can pull this back, put the tear tape down over the first piece that's stuck to the sentiment punched piece, and then put this back down. So you still have your loop and it's stuck down. Where'd my dimensionals go? There we go. So because this is so close, I'm going to use some mini dimensionals and just put a couple like so. So this will be what we're going to use on here to kind of get an idea of where did I do? Oh, I was gonna say, where did I put my pink ink? My Magenta Madness. All right, so all these little pieces to put together. It's nice to have an extra liquid glue that you keep upside down, because this fine tip is great when the glue is full, but when the glue isn't as full, then it's something, it can take a little bit to get the glue up to the edge. All right, so we're going to grab this first one and we'll put it up here. So it overhangs the basic white a little bit. And then we'll put this other one right about here-ish, because this is going to hide behind that. So we don't want to glue this part on yet until we have our little pieces. All right, so before I put any more on, we want to stamp our little flower. Good. Oh, I did get my finger in there. Now, you can use the fill-in piece, the solid, if you want, or like I have, used the line image. And this card is all about stamping off because you want that lighter color, like the flowers are hiding behind. And then let's put this up because I want one hiding right under here. So let's do right there. That works. And then I think I want one more over here. All right. So just clean that. Move out of the way. I almost got that out. Okay. So next, I better clean up my ink before I get ink everywhere. And then we're going to glue down this basic white stamped piece onto our card. And I love using grid paper just because it helps me feel that things are straighter. I think it works. All right, so now we want to put the rest of our leaves in. So we want an idea of where this is going to go, like so-ish. Put that there, and then we'll put that one there, something like that. Maybe that's not close enough. There we go. That's the one nice thing about the liquid glue is you have a moment to reposition it if you want. With tear tape and sometimes with the dimensionals, you don't really have a lot of time. All right, so now we'll put that there. All right, now it's time to put our little flowers. So grab that upside down glue again. Oops. There we go. Now this one, we're going to use this one. And even though this is popped up in dimensionals, this will pop up the corner of that flower, which is kind of the look I'm going for. Alrighty. Then we'll put this one up here to make a trio of flowers. All right. There we go. So you can pop that one behind. I decided to put it kind of above it. So here is the side-by-side. Where is it? There we go. Our side-by-side for the two cards. So hello there, and that was so sweet of you. So this one uses a basic white cardstock to stamp the flowers and the leaves, whereas this one uses Magenta Madness and Just Jade cardstock for the flowers, most of the flowers, and the leaves. So two different ways you can get a very similar card. And just a reminder that the strawberry bundle, so the sweet strawberry stamp set, and the strawberry builder punch, along with Magenta Madness and Just Jade, along with the rest of the 2020-2022 ink colors, are retiring. And they are while supplies last. So if there's anything you'd like, I would recommend ordering right away. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And I'll be back on Saturday. I'll be starting to do 2 videos a week. So subscribe to my channel. And if you're interested in watching more homemade cards, how to make handmade cards, make sure to click on the playlist that'll pop up at the end of this video. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.